So, tell me about the first incident, Wyatt.
I was 4 years old.
I was sitting on the stained floor of the eerie, dim room that we called a living, but it wasn't much of a living. My mom's boyfriend at the time, quite the asshole, was drunk and stumbling around. It made me happy. I was young, yet it was the first time I really felt joy? I guess you could call it that. I was sitting there building this new Lego set. My mom had always tried to give me the best childhood she could. Next thing I knew, he was twitching on the floor. He had his head on the corner of a table, and a thin line of red liquid was creeping toward me. I knew then that I had something.
Interesting. I haven't heard of anything like that before, but when did you discover this condition?
Well, what do you want to know?
How about another story?
These aren't just stories. It's a curse I live with.
Oh, my apologies. Can I hear another, episode?
That's why I'm here in the first place. I was 15. I was walking to school. I saw this woman about 20 feet in front of me. When I saw her, my mind felt like it was hit with 10 shots of adrenaline. The woman crossed the street without looking, and a car was speeding behind her. And all of a sudden, arms crooked, head spun. I walked up to her lying in the street, and I started to laugh. I just couldn't stop laughing, uncontrollably laughing. It was then when I realized what this curse actually meant. Some see dead people. I see when people die.
This thing you're describing, it's simply impossible. There's got to be something a little more psychological going on here, Wyatt.
See, I knew you wouldn't believe me. No one ever believes me. They think I'm crazy or schizophrenic. I'm perfectly sane. I was just given this horrific ability I can barely control.
Take a breath, Wyatt. Let's discuss things and figure out what's going on here.
There is no figuring this out. I'm telling the truth whether you like it or not. If you don't believe me now, maybe you'll believe my final story.
What is it?
Do you think I chose you as my therapist randomly? One of the many therapists that came up from a Google search or some shit like that. No, I chose you because I knew you would eventually help. My final story takes place for you yesterday. I was in the grocery store when this guy bumped into me.
Sorry about that.
You're okay, don't worry.
I was just in town to pick something up for my sister. I'm staying with her, so I'm gonna give her a little thank you.
He felt the need to tell me his life story. Don't they always? I guess I just have one of those faces that invites brats to dump their issues on me. But his time was quickly coming to an end. He's meant to die today, actually. Yeah, like the story from earlier, by being hit by a car. How funny is that? And if I'm not mistaken, it just happened about 5 minutes ago. So just about any second now, his brother's gonna get a call with some really, really bad news.
Hello? You sick bastard! You sick... Just... get the fuck out of my office! Oh!
Enjoy reuniting with your brother.